We are here with our theme, that is continuous improvement. I'm very much sure that we are going to experience, to listen very good thoughts, practical tips of being a continuous improver. I am, as your sergeant at arm, welcome you and for this meeting, and would like to just recall some of the rules that we follow for our Toastmaster sessions. Yes, this is the platform where we give a space to each other for their best performance and help them practice those skills, of course the public speaking skills, that become their second nature when it is demanded to them at their workplaces or at any other place. So let's recall the rules. So of course in Toastmaster sessions we avoid talking about politics, religion and sex. We give our full ears and listening to these speeches and other performances over here. And we also try to maintain the meeting decorum, that is, we do not leave our seat or stand up when people are speaking, so that we show a respect to their space as well. So with these words, I would like to invite our acting president, caretaker president, distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid, to take over the charge and start the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amra, for opening the meeting with your usual flair. So everyone, it is my privilege to, as the caretaker president, welcome you all to the 1187th meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club. So for the benefit of our honored guest here, Toastmasters is a worldwide organization, and it is present in most countries around the world. It runs more than 17,000 clubs. It has more than 300,000 members. In Pakistan, we have around 50 clubs, and new clubs are opening every day. Toastmasters runs its education program through a two-tiered approach. The first tier is its program, which is Pathways, and the second is its bylaws and rules and regulations. I think those of us who have been in executive committee positions will know that Toastmaster adopts Robert's Rules of Business. And initially, I ran away from these rules like the plague. I found them to be extremely boring and intolerably sordid. So I didn't even open the book. But then when I was forced to actually comply with these rules, because of course, Toastmaster adopts these rules. So even these meetings are run under Robert's rules. And the best part that I have discovered about Robert's Rules of Business is the beauty and elegance of it. They ensure that everybody gets a chance to speak, but at the same time, they also ensure that every point is discussed and decided, rather than leaving everything in the balance. So, of course, Robert's rules are not ordinarily exercised in a Toastmasters meeting, except during the business session. But even without you knowing it, we are exercising Robert's rules. For example, whenever a new member is inducted, and I can recognize one of our new members, Toastmaster Wajid, it is announced that this new member has joined, and congratulations and everything. Did you know that according to Toastmasters bylaws, a Toastmaster club votes for each and every member before they can be inducted? But at the same time, I have never once seen this exercise at any club around the world. Why? Because some things are by implication. And whenever a new member is inducted, it is first of all implied that the executive committee or the VP membership has the authority to induct the member. The authority has been delegated to them, although yes, strictly not legal because it's not been written down anywhere. The club has not passed a resolution that any club officer can induct a member. But usually And secondly, the purpose of announcement is twofold. The second purpose is that actually it is a motion that is being presented. And the tacit implication is that whenever a new member is inducted, if somebody has an objection, they can raise it as a club member in good standing. And if they have an objection, then the Roberts rules come into play. The motion is first stated, then there is a for and against discourse, and after that voting takes place, and then the motion is decided. That said, in case there is no opposition, that means that the motion is deemed to be carried as unanimous. So this is just a little bit of an education on Robert's rules, and the rules which the club is operated upon. Before moving further, I would invite our guest to please come to the stage, introduce yourself briefly, and how did you learn about this club. So please come to the stage.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Yusuf Haider, and I am basically from Hyderabad, and I am advocate by profession, and I joined this section. Someone has my relatives informed me to join this section because it will be very helpful for me, because it will help in communication skills. They will teach us how to communicate with others. They teach us leadership skills and many other skills which will be beneficial for every person, either in professional life or in daily life. So that's why I am here today, and inshallah I hope I will keep joining.
Inshallah. Thank you so much. Most welcome. Most welcome. Sorry, what was your name again?
Yusuf Haider.
Yusuf Haider. So first of all, another advocate. Lately we've been having too many lawyers join this club, but you will perhaps you know or you don't know, one of our stalwarts who's unfortunately these days away from Toastmasters activities, but he's one of the pillars of this club, Toastmaster Hassan Thebe. He is also an advocate, and he has been a Toastmaster, and he also belongs to Hyderabad. So amazing. Sorry? Hassan Thebe. Yes. So we have another senior advocate, Shahrukh Shahnawaz, who has done his PhD as well. We have Toastmaster Altaf Hassan, who is also an advocate, and Toastmaster Majid Akhtar is also an advocate. And I'm very sure that I'm forgetting. There must be other lawyers too. So thank you so much, and it's a privilege to have you. Before handing over the charge, because we have a slightly light agenda today, but I will take the liberty of actually a bit of business. First of all, there have been no resolutions by the executive committee that require a voting from the members. Secondly, our last meeting the result from our last meeting are as follows. So our best big four of the day went to our Toastmaster of the day from Iraq, Toastmaster Ahmed Azim. Our best evaluator went to myself. Our best table topics also unfortunately went to myself. So that is a signal to each and everyone that please participate in meeting notes, and this is also where our education session will come in. Inshallah, we'll have one from DTM Sarfraz who will tell everyone that in order to complete your levels, you have to perform meeting roles. Now they have become compulsory. So, secondly, inshallah, we'll also have a trophy distribution ceremony today. Both the trophies and the distributor are on the way. Let's hope they arrive, and then we can have the trophy distribution. And now it is time to hand over the charge of the meeting to our Toastmaster of the day, who is debuting in this role. We know and love him since years. He is known to be a very eloquent speaker. He speaks very softly, very slowly, and yet, whether we are hearing him in person or online, we hang on to his every word. He has that art. And paradoxically, he is also either he's overly modest or he wants to, because he actually professes that he's not a skilled speaker and he needs to learn a lot. But whenever he speaks, we end up learning from him. Before handing over the charge to him, I want to pay a special tribute. Somebody contacted me, they sent me a message. And the message was that I asked ChatGPT and it referred to your club. So that is an amazing achievement beyond social media. And that is a tribute to actually, and yes, of course, let me अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर, चैट जीपीटी से आपके बारे में मालूम हुआ. I need to improve my public speaking confidence, tone and flow. So I think that's a tribute to our VP Public Relations, Toastmaster Taisi, who has been doing some excellent job with social media. And I mean, when Chat GPT actually refers to your club, I think that is the next level in public relations. So without further ado, let's put our hands together for our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Altaf Hussain.
Thank you, Christian. Welcome to Karachi Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Today, our meeting theme is continuous improvement. It is actually a Japanese philosophy of making small, incremental and consistent improvement for enhancement of your level of quality and increase in the efficiency. Dear fellows, the process of continuous improvement enables us to identify inefficiencies and convert them into efficiencies systematically. With regard to the meeting, dear friends, in our meeting there are 3 segments: prepared speech, table topic, and evaluation. Besides that, we have other people who facilitate us by performing different roles, such as grammarian. For grammarian, may I request Toastmaster Omar Khayyam to explain his role as grammarian, please. Please welcome Toastmaster Omar Khayyam.
Assalamualaikum. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or facts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is redolence. 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 The meaning of this word is fragrance. The example usage of this word is the flowers had a beautiful redolence. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Mutayam, for lovely explanation. Now our next role is of listener. For that, I would request TM Hiba Reis Khan for explaining such role. Hiba.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as the listener, I would be making note of all the interesting words and phrases spoken by the speaker during the prepared speech session and the table topic session. And even if someone speaks during the some speaker speaks something interesting during the session, I will note it, and the audience will have to guess it, and I will not be naming the person. That's about it. Thank you.
I would request TM Hiba Reis Khan again for another role which she is going to perform. That is the role of joke master. Hiba Reis Khan, would you be kind enough to explain it also?
Fellow Toastmasters, why is ice cream so bad at tennis? Why is ice cream so bad at tennis?
It is mints.
They have a soft serve.
Soft serve, okay.
And apparently, I was washing the car with my sons. I was washing the car with my son. Sorry. Apparently, it's more easier than with a sponge.
Okay.
Thank you, Hiba Reis Khan. Now, dear friend, another important role of facilitator is of timer. For timer, learned Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid is there. I would request him to please explain his role.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So every segment in Toastmasters is timed, and every speech and every little part has their fixed time. So the custom is to show the green light or the green card at the minimum time, a yellow light or color at the intermediate time, and when the maximum time is reached, red card is shown. So if a speech is 5 to 7 minutes, 5 green, 6 yellow and 7 red. For table topics it's 1, 1.5 and 2. For evaluations it is 2, 2.5 and 3. And every time you're shown the red color, that means you have 30 seconds to wind up your presentation. Otherwise you will be ineligible for being voted. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters, now we are going to move towards our first segment of the meeting, that is of prepared speeches. For prepared speeches, our first speaker is DTM Sarfraz Nazir Sahab, whose project is Education Session, Meeting Roles and Responsibilities. On this topic he is going to speak. May I request learned DTM Sarfraz Nazir to please deliver his speech. DTM Sarfraz Nazir.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. A few minutes ago, our grammarian presented the word of the day redolence, which also refers to the quality of being strongly suggestive or reminiscent of something else, like a memory. I joined officially KTC on November 17th, 2021. I remember the good old days. The agenda used to have 7, 8, or 9 speakers. All the roles were filled. Rarely did you see, please take up roles, please take up roles, please take up roles until the last minute. So perhaps the word got to Toastmasters International, or somebody from District 122 complained to them. In October of last year, Toastmasters International made some enhancements to the Pathways program. In addition to completing the speech projects in the 6 paths that are currently available, Toastmasters International added additional presentations from the education series that used to be part of the Toastmasters education program about 3 decades ago. Not only did they add additional presentations, Toastmasters International also added the requirement to fulfill meeting roles. Club VP Education is Distinguished Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. DTM Talha, I would like to ask you, what do you think is the reason behind Toastmasters International adding meeting roles? Because all clubs have meetings where Toastmasters and members present speeches. And if the club holds meeting, that means people are taking up roles. So what is the reason to make roles part of pathways? That means you cannot complete a level unless you complete those meeting roles that are required. And before I go over what the roles are and what I think a person should do when fulfilling those roles, I would like to know, what do you think is the reason behind it? So I'll start with DTM Talha.
Thank you so much for asking this, sir. Ever since Pathways rolled around, it made a very drastic change to the curriculum. In the previous curriculum, meeting roles used to be part of the curriculum, they used to be compulsory. But Pathways became very speech-centric. And things got to a point where most members in most clubs, not only here but around the world, came to meetings for either speeches or table topics, and they didn't even bother to learn about the other roles. The thinking in Toastmasters apparently at that time was that if someone would be really interested in personal learning, they would seek out the details of these roles themselves and perform these roles. But that did not happen. Even today, in most clubs, we see multiple roles being done by one person, and as a consequence, the quality of the whole meeting suffers. And also Toastmasters, I think due to this reason, there's partially sort of stagnation in the growth of Toastmasters over the past so many years. So I think that's something that they finally listened to, because we have been giving them this feedback for years that you need to do something about the meeting rules. So perhaps now the global feedback has worked its magic.
Thank you, DTM Talha. I appreciate your response. Many clubs don't have problems getting the big 3. In KTC, the meeting agenda includes big 4, but many clubs around the world do not have a table topics evaluator, so they just have big 3. And over the past few years, especially in KTC, I've noticed that people compete for the big 3 role, and they do everything possible to see. They put in more effort than contestants put in preparing the speech for a speech contest or the international speech contest or the provisional speech contest, because they want to be the one that's declared the best of big 3 or best of big 4. And the minor roles, people think, no one cares. If I'm a grammarian, I'll be asked to say a few words at the start of the meeting what my role is, and then towards the end of General Evaluator will ask me to give my report few seconds before we go into the prepared speeches, and maybe a minute or so towards the end of the meeting. But if I am Toastmaster of the day, hey, I have an opportunity to talk for 30 minutes, give a 5 to 7 minute speech when I'm introduced, talking about the theme of the meeting. After each speaker, give another mini speech. If I'm the tabletop speaker, I can give a speech before asking the first speaker to come up and respond to a question, and then give a mini speech after each tabletop speaker. General evaluator, forget the evaluations. When I'm introduced as a general evaluator, hey, let's start giving a speech first, what I thought about the meeting, until or unless someone says, hey, what about the evaluator? Oh, sorry, let me introduce the evaluator. I belong to a club where there are no best speakers, best evaluators. People focus on the role and people do their job. Now, notice also in many clubs around the world, people don't prepare. If you're a prepared speaker, you are expected to prepare your speech and deliver it. But in order to do your meeting role, you have to prepare. And I've noticed people don't do that. Hey, I'll just wing it. And that goes to for some of the speakers also. I remember a few decades ago, a person was scheduled to give a speech. Day before the meeting, someone called and said, oh, you're speaking. Oh, I forgot about it. So what are you going to do? Deliver a speech? Yeah, I'll wing it. I'll come up with something. No, that means you're not putting your heart in it. Now, I've also seen people coming to the meetings and end up joining Toastmasters. And the very first time when they open their mouth, they say, oh, I would like to speak like some of you speakers. I want to improve how I give speeches. But then they disappear after joining. Icebreaker and a second speech maybe. And this is not something new. This has been going on for decades. 2 speeches or 3. Many speakers would never complete the old manual competent Toastmaster, later on became competent communicator, the first 10 speeches. Many left after 3 speeches. And same thing is going on now. And I've talked to some and says, oh, I'm busy. Now my question is, if you're busy and you do not have time to prepare for a meeting, for meeting roles or your prepared speech, then why in the world did you decide to join Toastmasters this time? Why not wait until you know you are not busy at all? Until you know that you have several hours every day to prepare. No, it's not that I'm busy. Busy is an excuse. What that means is I'm not willing to put an effort. I remember a few years, 2-3 years ago, someone saw a little write-up in District 122 events group about me. And then I got a message from someone saying, this person would like you to help them with their speeches. I said, okay. The question the person asked me after I said okay was, oh, are you going to write the speech for me? No. I am not supposed to do that. If I do that, then I'm not helping you at all. I'm actually your worst enemy. If I prepare a speech, you tell me what project it is, and I give you a speech, and you just memorize and deliver it. I said, no, you have to prepare the speech, and I will help you improve it. This person also told me that they would like to complete their path in 4 months. I said, how many speeches have you given? The person said 1 level, so which is 5 speeches. That means they needed to give 10 or 11 speeches to complete. In 4 months, this person gave 2 speeches. So what happened? Oh, I'm busy. Well, did you not know that you're busy when you told me that you would like to complete the path in 4 months? So I'm glad to see that Toastmasters have the meeting roles. Sergeant at Arm opens a meeting. Now, Sergeant at Arm used to be an important role.
Yes.
They were responsible for the property of the Toastmasters Club. They were supposed to bring the property to the meeting room, set up the meeting room, make sure that everything is set up, the timing lights, if they had a car counter bell, the lectern, etc. And the sergeant arms does not give a speech, they simply call the meeting to order. In some clubs, the sergeant arm leads the recitation of the club mission, and then they hand over the control of the meeting to the presiding officer, or in some cases, it goes straight to the Toastmaster. The Toastmaster, when they are introduced, that's not when their job starts. In many clubs, it used to be, and slowly, day by day, we're getting lazy. Toastmaster was supposed to ensure beforehand, before the meeting, that speakers are giving their speeches, and the Toastmaster used to ask for a brief introduction, who the speaker is and why are they speaking on the subject they're about to deliver their speech. Toastmaster is also the facilitator of the meeting. They're supposed to keep the train on the track, making sure meeting runs on time. I've noticed sometimes the meeting starts 15 minutes late. So you would expect the meeting to end 15 minutes late or maybe catch up, but sometimes even if the meeting starts 15 minutes late, it ends up 45 minutes late because everybody is giving speeches whenever they're introduced. So Toastmaster is the person who keeps track of the time. If the meeting is running behind schedule, then you cut the number of table topics. So that's basically the responsibility, making sure the meeting is facilitated properly and meeting is effectively and people are having fun. Open the meeting briefly, say a few words about the theme, introduce the helpers and lead the applause each time. Speaker completes their speech, says something, you lead the applause. Tabletop is master. You don't have to give a speech about the theme. Tabletop speaker must first tell the audience briefly what the purpose of the table topics is. Now, if there's no guest, non-Toastmaster present, you can skip explaining what table topics is. Ask the question. After the response, thank them. Don't say that, oh, this reminds me, same thing happened to me, and now let me tell you what happened to me. No, simply thank the speaker and go on to the next topic. And also, as a tabletop speaker, you can look at the time, cut the number of table topics. If your meeting is running behind, if there's plenty of time left, you can ask a few more questions. General evaluator simply introduces the evaluators, does not present any evaluation. Introduce the evaluators, then introduce the helpers, and then says a few words. If the meeting starts 3 minutes late, there's no reason for the general evaluator to say, oh, meeting started 3 minutes late. Just present some of the highlights. What did you like the best about that meeting, and how can the club improve? As a speaker, you are supposed to get together with the evaluator, let them know, in addition to the generic evaluation form that the evaluator is going to use, let them know what would you like the evaluator to focus on, so that the evaluator knows what to look for when you're delivering your speech. And the evaluators, if the speaker doesn't, you ask the speaker, if the speaker doesn't contact you, before their speech, what would you like me to look for? Help the speaker improve. And as an evaluator, don't give whitewash. That's a lazy way out. Whitewash is whitewashes where you say, oh, I liked it, you always give great speeches, and really I can't think, well, yeah, I know you were on Zoom, but you can move left, right. No, that's not helping. Tell the person about the structure. If there was no humor, how? Give an example of how that speaker could have used humor. If the ending was weak, don't say your ending was weak. No, give them an example how that speaker could have improved their ending. So, basic messages. I'm glad to see that Toastmasters added these roles. Now prepare for those roles, fellow Toastmasters. Don't wing it. Don't come to the meeting and prepare, especially if you're a Toastmaster. Prepare for that in addition to just simply come up with a theme. If you're tabletop master, you come with the topics. But if you're a general evaluator, make sure your evaluators are going to be there. That's part of the responsibility of general evaluator. Don't place the entire burden of an effective meeting on the shoulders of Club VP Education, who is already buried under so much load of preparing the agendas. Many clubs, Toastmaster of the day used to prepare the agendas. And I'm glad that in KTC, VP Education does that, because if we left it up to the individual Toastmasters, sometimes we may not even have an agenda. So fellow Toastmasters, please, please, please pay attention to the roles and take up those roles now that they are part of the pathways. And to end, let me tell you, I was so proud of Karachi Toastmasters Club when I joined. When you looked at the Toastmasters International dashboard, 60, 65, 70, 80 education completions. Now, 7 months this year, after 7 months, only 14. People not giving speeches, but they're also not taking roles. I hate to see an agenda where the roles are listed and says TBD, TBD, TBD. I don't know who this Toastmaster TBD is. Is he a distinguished Toastmaster, a long-time Toastmaster? He's listed so many times, he's doing his roles. So please, take it seriously. Club doesn't belong to the officers, club doesn't belong to other members, club belongs to you. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Sarfraz Nazir Sahab, for such a wonderful speech, full of suggestions regarding meeting roles and responsibilities. Dear fellows, now our next speaker is Learned Acting President of KTC, TM Talha bin Hamid. He is going to deliver his speech on his presentation mastery level 1, writing a speech with a purpose, garbage magnet. He will be evaluated by our TM Mohammad Asghar Sahab. The duration of this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Now I would request respected DTM Talha bin Hamid to deliver his speech.
I think Toastmasters needs to introduce the project first.
Oh, yes. Dear Toastmasters, I think the necessary job has been done. Actually, today, Toastmaster of the Day wanted in front of all of us in a maximum way, because, you know, he's looking handsome, and today the redolence of his personality is hanging in the room. I can smell the aroma from Quetta. Anyway, the first speaker is DTM Talha bin Hamid. DTM Talha bin Hamid will be speaking from the pathway presentation mastery level 1. The project is writing a speech with a purpose, and the title of the speech is Garbage Magnet. Over to you, DTM Talha.
Shall I start? Manoj, what are you doing here? Kambar, what are you doing here? Talha, what's happening? Ladies and gentlemen, this happened several years ago. Both the gentlemen in question were my friends. But that's not the only thing they had in common. The other thing, unbeknownst to me, was that they hated each other's guts. You know, some people just do not like each other. There were so many of such people in our audit firm, and these two gentlemen were two of them. In fact, they were so allergic to each other that they couldn't be in the same room with each other. And in turn, I listened to long lectures from both of them. What was that lecture about? You have such a poor taste in friends. You're so careless with friendships. You make a friend out of every Tom, Dick and Harry. And I told both of them, thank you for your valuable advice. But you know, if I started applying your advice, I would have to say goodbye to you first. You get the contradiction, ladies and gentlemen? They were schooling me about the art of making good friends while acting like complete jerks themselves. But ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, that was not an isolated instance. In our school, there was a boy in our class who used to sit all alone. Imagine a boy sitting all alone, nobody even approaching him in primary and secondary school. He looked all right, he dressed all right, he was okay in studies, he did not misbehave, but somehow he made everyone's skin crawl. You know the type. I'm sure you must have encountered such characters in school as well. He seldom spoke, but whenever he did, it was to make trouble. It was to rat on another student. And he remained in complete silence, like a secret agent. Seeing his face, you couldn't fathom what he was thinking. He had only one friend. Can you guess who that was? Yours truly. For no reason that could be explained either by quantum physics or social sciences or biology or sociology, this person was my only friend. So much so that he used to come to my home. Went to college, then started studying chartered accountancy, where I encountered a plethora of strange characters. And that's where I learned another lesson. If every character seems strange to you, perhaps you are the strange character. I maintained all these friendships in complete isolation from each other. It was easier back then in absence of mobile phones and internet and WhatsApp groups. But whenever a chance encounter like this took place, I used to be the one to bear the brunt of anger from both sides. At that meeting, things got so bad that they told each other that if I knew you would be here, I would have never come here. Then one friend went out on the pretext of offering prayer, and when he was back, the other one had already left. Incredibly, I had some normal friends as well. And they used to tell me, how come these intolerable, insufferable jerks become your friends, and your friends only? And that started happening in offices too. Slowly and gradually, I started to think of myself as the garbage collecting magnet. The magnet that actually lifts off garbage in a garbage dump, metallic garbage, and then lifts it and puts it in the crusher. That magnet is exceptionally strong because it can lift tons and tons of scrap metal. And then I thought that no. Scrap metal is something valuable. It brings a ton of money to people who collect it. These friends that I have are worse. They are trash. Or maybe I was the trash, attracting all sorts of flies and insects, and maggots and scorpions. But somehow that didn't sit well with me. I searched myself and I thought, okay, I'm not an ideal person. I'm not that bad a person. What could it be? And then it clicked. I was not the garbage collecting magnet. I was not even the fly. I was not the trash that attracted flies. You know who I was? Honey. Due to my sweetness, I attracted all sorts of people without discretion because everybody likes sweetness. Maybe a little too sweet. So, ladies and gentlemen, the outcome of this is that even if you have such relationships, perhaps you're not bad, you are actually good. And that's why you have such relationships. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Talha bin Hamid, for presenting such a wonderful speech. Dear fellows, now we are moving towards our next segment.
Point of
That
order.
is-
Mr. Toastmaster, please ask for the timer report. Ask them if they're all speakers qualified. In this case, there's only one, so you don't have to ask for a time report. That the person is automatically qualified to take the best speaker, DTM Talha.
Did I? What was my time?
As long as you qualified on time, that's all you need to do.
No, what was the time?
It was
Yes,
and 15 seconds.
Okay, thank God.
So,
yes.
so
Timers, would you be kind enough to let us know the timings
Yes,
and duration
yes,
of both these speakers?
No, actually, I was standing DTM Sarfaraz, so he completed within his allocated quota of 20 minutes.
yeah, now mine was education, so I'm not part of the best speaker. So
Yeah.
as long as DTM Talha was within his time limits, 5 to 7, which means maximum 7 minutes 30 seconds. So he qualifies for the best speaker. So there'll be no best speaker vote.
Right.
So thank you. You can proceed. Sorry for the interruption. But
Thanks, sir. Yes. Our next segment is table topics, and for that, our table topic master is learned DTM Sarfraz Nazir, and evaluation of the table topics will be performed by TM Muhammad Asrar. With this, I would request learned DTM Sarfraz Nazir for as the table topic masters. Please, DTM Sarfraz Nazir.
thank you once again, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, this is the second segment of the meeting, Table Topics. The purpose of the Table Topics segment is to help us improve our impromptu speaking skills. Many times we are in a situation where someone asks our opinion or a question and we have to respond while thinking on our feet, or even if you're sitting down in a meeting, if your boss says, "What do you think, Wajid?" then Wajid is expected to respond to it with a structured. So table topics is 1 to 2 minutes. Minimum time is 1 minute. That's when the green light will come on. Yellow light will come on at 1.5 and the red at 2. And the maximum time is 2:30, which means the speaker disqualifies at 2 minutes and 31 seconds. You are encouraged and expected to use the word of the day, which was presented by the grammarian earlier. The word of the day for today's meeting is redolence, a strong, pleasant fragrance, scent, or aroma. It also describes the quality of being redolent or filled with a specific lingering odor, and can also describe something that is strongly suggestive or reminiscent of a particular memory, person, or thing. Example: the kitchen was filled with the sweet redolence of freshly baked bread. Now, in some clubs, the topic is presented first and then the speaker is selected. And I think Karachi Toastmasters usually we select the speaker first and then ask them a question. So, keeping up with that tradition, Toastmaster Khayyam, are you ready? Toastmaster Khayyam?
I'm available.
Are you ready?
Yes,
Tabletop
I am
question?
ready. Dolan. Yes,
Okay.
I am ready.
Thank you.
Please go ahead.
Yes, the question is, what bad habit have you tried to improve so many times that it now feels like a long-term relationship? What bad habit have you tried to improve so many times that it now feels like a long-term relationship?
Thank you, table topic master. Everyone has a bad habit or many bad habits which develop over time. Like most of us, delaying tasks or procrastination has become an activity which has ingrained itself into a habit. How it developed is that one starts delaying a task due to task being too big, one starts fearing it that it cannot be accomplished, or one has other things to do, or just simply old avoidance. Over the years, I have analyzed this habit and I've come to the conclusion the reason is lack of decision making on our part. We fail to make decisions. Either we are too lazy, too scared, or too overwhelmed. And the things which I have done in order to overcome it is to take small steps, sometimes winging it, like most of my speeches. I try to just get over it somehow. First step is the hardest, as they say. And if I believe that if I take the first step in doing something and it starts flowing, I see the redolence of completion. It further motivates me to come over procrastination. I cannot see the timer. Maybe there is some time left. And over the years, I have also seen other people who have overcome this habit, and there are a lot of internet material available for everybody, especially if you Google, not Google, you do Grok or you do AI search on how to improve upon your bad habits. There are a lot of psychology advices available on the internet. which help you overcome your habits. I hope each and every one of you takes this opportunity and learn from the latest technology available. I don't know again what's the time,
Okay.
but
Th-
uh,
okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Khayal.
over to you, Toastmaster, or rather, table topic master.
Thank you. I appreciate your response. Toastmaster Fahim Razak, are you available? Toastmaster Fahim Razak, are you available to answer a question?
Yes, hi, DTM Sir Sarfaraz. Yes, I am.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fahim Razak. What bad speaking habit refuses to retire no matter how many speeches you give? What bad speaking habit refuses to retire no matter how many speeches you give?
Um, Sorry, what bad
Bad
speaking habit?
habit, yeah. Yeah, what bad habit that does not go away no matter how many
Not,
speeches you give?
not coming to meetings.
Good,
But
good response.
that's not a speaking habit. That that's I guess is a delivery habit. Bad delivery habit. All right, thank you, Mr. Table Topic Master. What bad speaking habits? I mean, there are so many, and the time is so short. But I will, if I have to pick up a few, um, I would probably for me it is probably the casualness of speaking at times. Like we go about in a daily life, right? As a casual person speaking with whoever. We don't think about being formal, being professional. So it's going from that mindset when it comes to speaking to that mindset. Um, and for me, the challenge is always that as to how one kind of transforms itself to be more professional and more formal. I guess for me, this is one thing that is a bad habit. Maybe that's sometimes limiting my growth in that sense. And how to tackle it is by practicing it. Practicing it every now and again, as many times as possible, especially when it comes to the contest season, getting yourself in that mood. So yeah, I guess that's one thing for me is a bad habit. And another bad habit is not using the vocabulary as much as one should. Like if you look at DTM Talha's speech, I just love it for the use of his vocabulary. I mean, the things I can get in 10 minutes, he can probably get it in 4 minutes. Just because of the power of his vocabulary. For me, that's my bad habit of not using the vocabulary as much as I should and as much as I can. So these two things I need to work on, the bad habits for me. And inshallah I will. With that, over to you.
Details, Sarfraz, sorry, sir, we need to interrupt the session for just about 30 seconds.
That's
Actually,
fine. Yeah, I think this is the right moment. I know we have a ceremony to.
no, actually, that will be the whole ceremony will be a bit later when after the table topics.
Oh,
But
okay.
actually, one of our recipients needs to leave. So I
Okay.
was thinking that maybe she can receive the trophy and have
Sure.
a photo
Okay.
taken. So I request our honored
fine.
advocate Toastmaster of the day to hand over this trophy to Toastmaster Tehseen Fatma. And yes, please have your photo taken. And everyone, if you can stand alongside on the both sides, that would be amazing. So everyone, let's congratulate and also encourage Toastmaster Tehseen to, since she is our Area 1 winner of Urdu speech contest, and she will inshallah be representing us at first the division and then the district level, inshallah. So everyone, let's pray for her success and let's not wish her luck, because luck is for losers. So for hard workers and creative people, luck is not needed. So inshallah, we wish her the best, and everyone please clap and थोड़ी सी इधर हो जाए because आपके हाँ yes. Unfortunately वो भी capture करना है हमें screen. Okay, the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
But you are not
And
here.
clap.
You are not here. You are not
तो
here.
हम एक selfie ले लेते हैं.
Yes.
अजीब सा हो जाएगा but चलिए.
Good.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Oh no, sorry.
Great plan.
Timer.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And
Congratulations.
apologies, Ziti and Sarfraz. I think this is the first in KTC history where a table topic session has been interrupted. So we keep reaching for new heights.
I'm glad this happened because this adds a variety
Yes.
to our meetings. So we are back to table topics. Professor Wajid, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. If you could improve just one skill this year, what would it be and how would you start? If you could improve just one skill this year, what would it be and how would you start?
Assalamu alaikum to all respected members, guests. That's a very good topic for me. As I just started my year with one goal is to improve my public skill, and I'm currently working on it. And what would be the way to improve it is actually through the speaking more with the audience. So by looking at the different ways on internet and AI tools, I found out the best way to have the confidence and speaking in front of different audience is to engage with the audience. So I found different ways, but I just lacked out in different ways. One of the way I recommended by my friend was to get a membership in Toastmaster, and I check out the different content posted on internet regarding the Toastmaster different clubs. I found KTM is one of the unique and has the history with many great speakers. So I am currently engaged with the speaking, and I'm already enrolled. And as a member of KTM, I'm already progressing and improving my speaking skill. Over to you, DTM Sarfraz. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Wajid, for your response. Toastmaster Omra Yunus.
Yes.
Yes, I'm here.
What advice on self-improvement sounds great, but is impossible to follow in real life? What advice on self-improvement sounds great, but is impossible to follow in real life?
Okay, thank you, table topic master. I think if I count the improvement areas and advice that are given for the improvement that are given, but feels impractical, or they are not in real. But I feel that everything and every advice can be taken. There is nothing you can do for your improvement if once you have thought of doing it, if once you have made your mind that you would do it. Even though at personal level some people find difficult something for doing something. For example, if this is one of the things that have been advised to me for a long time, not at the level of, not at friends level, but at the clinical level by my doctors to start walking and jumping and, and kind of doing some gym. It has been many months and in a sense years as well that I haven't started doing that till now, even though I am suffering from some of the things which demand these kind of things. So I don't think that there would be any habit or any advice that we can't follow. But if we have thought we would do, we will do. So over to you, Tabletop Master. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Umar Yunus, for your response. Toastmaster Hibarais Khan.
You were called to send me. Love to hear you. Speeches ना सही थे बताओ.
नहीं वो भी होगा ना, I know my bad habit. अब ऐसे बिल्कुल मेरी अम्मी की तरह हो गया.
हाँ अब ऐसा ही होना पड़ेगा. I am taking my energy from DTM Sarfraz's speech today.
Yes. अच्छा.
Toastmaster Hibarais Khan, what area of your daily routine has the most room for improvement and why? What area of your daily routine has the most room for improvement and why?
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I feel that there are a couple of areas which I need to improve. Being now as a working professional and in the practical field, firstly I feel that I need to improve upon my timekeeping, because even though it's been like 9 months now since I'm doing a job, but I struggle with timekeeping, being on time in the office. And apart from that, my second habit that I need to improve upon is my procrastination habit, which has caused me a lot of serious issues in my life at many a times. So these are the things which I need to improve upon in my daily habit and in my daily schedule, which I suppose, if I'm saying it correctly, because these two habits are very serious. They do affect my daily schedule and have affected me in the past when I was a student, and when even in family meetings, family functions and all, it used to enrage my parents at times because I used to struggle with timekeeping and being especially my mom, who's very punctual about being on time. She used to really scold me a lot and all. So in the end, I feel that these two are the most important things which I need to improve upon in my daily schedule. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hibarais Khan. DTM Talha, I understand we have a guest. Would you ask them if they would like to participate?
Yes, please, sir.
What's the guest name?
So Yusuf Feather.
Yusuf.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
What is one small habit you changed that made a difference in your life? What is one small habit that you changed that you made a big difference in your life?
I think I should, one small habit is my goal achieving. I have always set some goals for achieving for a year. As New Year resolution was my New Year resolution was to achieve a specific goal like communication skills, and I want to enhance my leadership skills, as well as I want to get how to communicate with other peoples, how to address my like how to address my challenges, and how to address reputable persons. These are the habits which I should change.
You can speak some more.
You can say a few more words.
Did you change any habit recently, or?
I have been working on it. That's it.
And why did you come to the meeting today? What made you come to the meeting today?
That was the reason I joined this, because I want to improve my communication skills and how to communicate and how to speak in public. That's why I joined this.
Okay. Mr. Timer, has he reached 1 minute?
Yes, sir. He has
Okay.
reached 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Fellow Toastmasters, I have a list of 12 questions. I knew that there is not enough time to ask 12 questions, but I came prepared with 12 questions, and that doesn't mean that I should ask all 12 questions. I only used half of them, 6. Mr. Timer, did all speakers qualify?
Yes, sir, they did, and I'm floating the poll with a request that everyone please vote for 2 of your favorite speakers. We have relatively few voters today, and we need a result. So, everyone, please vote for 2 of your favorite speakers. Floating the poll on the KTC group.
Thank you. And before I hand the control of the meeting back to our Toastmaster of the day, I would briefly like to answer 2 questions that were asked. One was, what about Table Topics Evaluator? Table Topics Evaluator evaluates the speech. A few seconds on 2 things that you stood out, that you liked. Not just, oh, you answered good, this was good. No, 2 things that really stood out, that you said, wow. And 1 thing for improvement. And when it comes to improvements, something that really helps the speaker do it. Not, oh, well, you were standing in one place, move something. No. Everyone knows you move left or right something. Structure. Was the structure correctly? Could you understand the purpose or where the speaker was leading? So something that really could stand with 2 things you liked, 1 thing that can be improved, 15 to 20 seconds on each. That's, 45 seconds to 1 minute on each. And another question was the purpose of speech. The purpose of speech depends on the purpose of what the purpose of the speech is that the person is delivering. If the purpose is to inform, then you simply are giving information. Or like, what is pathways? That will be speaking to inform. If the purpose of speech is to entertain, like the engaging humorous speech, say, entertain, in that case you have to make speakers laugh. Like a humorous speech contest, when you deliver speech, purpose to make people laugh. And I've seen more laughs in an international speech contest than in a humorous speech contest speech.
Yes.
Now, generally speaking, the contest speeches and most of the speeches in club meetings, the purpose is to add value to the listeners. Say something that adds value, not waste their time. The purpose is not for the speaker to listen to their own voice, even though we might love to hear our own voices. Purpose is to help the audience make their lives better. If there's a problem that you solve, tell them how you solved it and how they can solve it. If you are living your dream, let others know how they can fulfill their dream. So that's the purpose of adding value, some value to the listener. And notice, with just 1 main idea in your speech, not more than 1. What's the 1 thing you want the audience or the listener to remember when they leave the meeting. It has been my pleasure and honor to be your tabletop master. I am now handing the control of the meeting back to our Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Sarfraz Nazir Saab. Now, dear fellows, since we are moving onward, now I would request for general evaluation, TM Amra Yunus. Please welcome her.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Well, we all know that journal evaluation is the segment that makes our sessions complete. Complete in the sense because it provides the opportunity to do this activity and seeing this activity end to end. So, for the evaluation of today's meeting, we have some, of course, prepare speech evaluator and some role holder as well. So first of all, I would like to go towards the prepared speeches evaluation that we had. We had one today. It was from DTM Talha bin Hamid, and he was evaluated by Toastmaster Mohammad Asghar. So I would like Toastmaster Mohammad Asghar to take over the charge and start his evaluation speech. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Charge is taken. Unfortunately, DTM Sarfraz Nazir put me in troubled water by his recommendation because I came up usually with already prepared infrastructure for evaluation. He dismantled it. Let me try from the new angle. Today, our only formal speaker was DTM Talha bin Hamid. DTM Talha bin Hamid started from a dialogue and then delved into the story of his school days, his interaction with the boys in the class, and conveyed us how he was alone most of the time. Certain people were alone, or usually sat alone, but he was the only one who became their friend. He started from his friends to his college colleagues and then university and then entered into his practical life. Ultimately, concluded the garbage collected magnet and compared himself with the garbage collected magnet or the scraped metal. And then the way he asserted and changed the concept from the garbage collected magnet to the honey, which is attracted by all sort of the people. The storytelling way, the one thing that I appreciated the speech is the storytelling way, the structure of the story. Secondly, I always mesmerized by his use of vocabularies. When Toastmaster Fahim Razak mentioned it today, I suddenly came to know that I'm not alone in it. I have a habit of always noted down some of his expression or the vocabularies. For example, unbeknownst or schooling me, complete silent like a secret agent, a metaphor, a plethora of strange characters, complete isolation of each other, the collocation of the completeness with the isolation. And they are the one to bear the burnt of anger or insufferable jerks or some friends are trash or maybe I'm a trash. satirical way he used certain words. For example, once he used valuable advice in a very satirical way. And similarly, in another occasion in his speech, he said, incredibly normal friends. The only recommendation I have, in my opinion, it's my personal opinion, had he rephrased as dialogue portion and had he brought the garbage collecting magnet in the beginning of the story and then started with his life or the examples and ended with the honey, I think that would have created more twist in the story and would have made it more interesting. Overall, it was a very good story with very good expression. A slightly rephrasing of certain dialogues would have made it more effective. Over to you, journal evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asghar. So for today's meeting, for making the today's meeting impactful, we had some roles as well. So I would like to invite our first role holder, that was Toastmaster Umar Khayyam. He played.
Sorry, table topics evaluator, again Toastmaster Asghar.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
आपको कुछ नहीं होगा, he will murder me. So please.
Yes. Okay. So over to you again, Toastmaster Asghar, for table topic evaluation. Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amara. She never allows me to speak more than her in any given meeting. She is increasingly becoming another DTM Tala for me. Let me start from the last speaker, Yusuf Haider. Yusuf Haider. Yusuf Haider, first of all, you are welcome to the meeting. One small habit that you could change and which made a big difference. You talked about the goal setting. The one thing that I liked, you immediately started to speak. It was your first meeting, regardless of what you said. And then you talked about the goal setting, communication skill, and your leadership skills. And ultimately, you mentioned that how you found out this Toastmasters Club. The second thing I liked is you looked very confident in your first speech and you used correct English expression in your given time. The only recommendation I have for you is you could have spoken almost 1.5 minutes. When next time you are in the stage, I want you to take your allotted time, more than at least 1 minute, and not to hesitate to leave the stage. Uh, the second last speaker was Heba. Area of daily routine for the improvement. Hiba started to mention the couple of area and mentioned that she had a couple of area, but then she mentioned at least one of them. That is the timekeeping. She mentioned that she was still suffering from the procrastination, and even despite the going in his job more than 9 months or around the 9 months. Secondly, Hiba is always a confident speaker, and she always, there are certain Toastmasters like me who are struggling in the English language. Hiba Rais Khan is not one of them, but I think she need to improve her chain of thought. When she speaks, all of a sudden she stops speaking. I think it is something to do with the chain of thought. It is something that she can improve it. Amra Yunus. Amra Yunus, what advice or self-improvement is easy? I mean, telling advice is easy, but hard to follow. You spoke generally about the topic, but then you immediately came to the topic and mentioned gym. Walking and jumping is something that is always easy to say that somebody wants to do it, but then it is very hard to follow this habit. Recommendation area is maybe you could have talked about the walking and jumping as the only one advice, and then you could have described the pros and cons of this one advice to fulfill the objective of your title given by Table Topic Masters. Wajid, if I could improve one skill this year, Wajid described that one habit is improve. To engage the audience, and this reason brought him to the Toastmaster Club. I think on the recommendation of his friends. My to me the improvement area is, had you been only limited to the one specific area, one advice, and you could have described it at length without mixing more than one advice as given as per title given by Toastmaster Table Topic Master. Fahim, one bad speaking habit, refuse to retire. What I like always in your speech is the repetition of the same sentence, because uh, not only speaker can recall it, but also it helps the evaluator to recall the topic. You talked about himself and you said that it's a matter of mindset. You specifically explained it, and you accept that you need progress, and you mentioned that the improving vocabulary is one of the habit that you always wanted to do, but your mind is always refuse to accept it, this hobby that you want to do or you want to improve your vocabulary. Khayyam talked about what habit that you tried to improve many times and looks like a long-term relationship. You know, compare. You were supposed to compare the long-term relationship with the habit that you want to improve but constantly failed. Khayyam talked about the bad and good habit and then the daily task and procrastination. And then he mentioned that how over the years he had tried to get rid of his bad habits. But then he said he said that he had finally arrived to the conclusion that it was all about a decision-making issue or the ability to remove good or bad habit. He used the word of the day, redolence of completion of the job. The only advice for him is to, when you talked about a bad or a good habit, or the one habit you actually you are supposed to improve compare it with the long term relationship and the habit that you want to improve and not. Unfortunately, you missed the second part of the uh, topic given by table topic master. The best way is to listen the table topic master, comprehend the topic that is given, and then start to talk. This is the end from my side. Over to you, journal evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Azhar, for both of your roles and, of course, investing yourself in those. Well, let's go towards the role holders. I would like to invite Toastmaster Umar Khayyam for giving his report on his grammarian role. So, please, over to you, Toastmaster Umar Khayyam.
Thank you, General Evaluator. In the meeting, I noticed very good usage of grammar. and the usage of word of the day. I only noticed it being used by DTM Sarfraz and TM Asghar and me. Or and the I wanted to comment upon the first speaker, his grammar. He used the topic. He named the topic as garbage collector magnet. Colloquially, people use the term shit magnet as well. And if you are a little diplomatic, one can use the term vortex of vultures, bad vibe beacon, Traba magnet, troubled troubadour as alternatives. But I think the colloquial term of shit magnet is more appropriate. Otherwise, it was very the I could not see use of bad grammar in other speakers. Very well done. And over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mukhayam. Now our next role holder is Toastmaster Hiba. She will be here. I just would like to invite her for giving report on his listener role. Yes, thank you.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters, I've earlier mentioned that what the listener does. So, someone said, take small steps.
Toastmaster Anta.
No. Take small steps, someone said. No. Toastmaster Umar Khayyam. Hey, I will just wing it.
That's the answer.
Yes. Okay. You could fathom.
That was
Medium Tanha.
Yes, DTM Tanha. Bear the brunt. Bear the brunt.
Medium Tanha.
Yes. Skin crawl.
this was really
Yes. Plethora of trained characters.
Medium Tanha.
And the last one, you make a friend out of every Tom, Dick and Harry.
Medium Tanha.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hiba, for testing our listening. And I would like to thank to Toastmaster Umar Khayyam as well for giving us kind of evaluation how we did in grammar and using the word of the day, redolence. Yes. So before I just hand over the charge to our sweet Toastmaster of the day, I would like to take few moments to talk about today's meeting, to talk about and talk on today's meeting. First of all, I was sold when I heard these words: small, incremental, consistent changes. From our Toastmaster of the day, when he was explaining and he was talking about our today's theme, that is continuous improvement. So it's really very beautifully, with simplicity, he explained what is continuous improvement. And I got one more sentence from him, which sounded like a business sentence, but it struck to me as well. That is, identify inefficiencies and convert them into efficiency systematically. I would like to write this sentence on my work desk, so for learning from it. And then came, I would really thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sarfraz Nazim. You made all of us conscious. And whenever we are performing the roles, whenever we are taking up the roles, so your sentence, people don't prepare. I just wrote it the way you spoke, and I thought, okay, yes, people don't prepare. But the next sentence you say, people don't complete their pathways. Yes, and it made me reflect on myself that yes, I say that I am busy, but really this was a very reflective session, and your every word would be echoing in our mind whenever we are procrastinating and making such kind of decisions. One thing I would say that To be decided, of course, this does not look good. But there is one TBH as well, right? In our agenda, that is Talha bin Hamid. So, thank you again for this impactful session. I would really personally like to listen to it again when the recording is available. With this, I would like to thank you to all of the participants with their amazing performances and their attempts and efforts to make their part of contribution as good or as impactful as they could. So thank you so much. Now I would like to hand over the charge to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Altaf Hussain. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you, TM Amlaius. Dear fellows, I hope you enjoyed the meeting as much as I did. With this, that concludes my responsibility as Toastmaster of the day.
No, it doesn't. You have to give out certain trophies.
Then it will be an honor for me again.
And I invite our area director, who is online from the comfort of her own home, to turn on her camera, and Toastmaster Fahim, turn on your camera as well, so that we can carry out the survey. There are a few people who are not here to receive their trophies today. So, inshallah, in the next meeting, we will invite them specifically and give them these trophies. But for now, just give me a second. Let me. Okay. Yes. And so, Toastmaster Fahim, I want to assign you an additional responsibility. Oh, sorry, he is not here. Wow. As he just ran away. Anyhow, okay. And what happened to? Just give me a second, everyone. Let me get this right. Something. Okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, but it will do. Otherwise, it won't. Okay, so we have a few trophies to give out, and the first trophy is for our. Just give me a second. Yes. So our first trophy is for Toastmaster Sila. For Tall Tale Speech Contest. So sir, please do the honors. And yes. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Please clap, everyone. And then we have Provisional Speech Contest, second place. Guess who that was? Toastmaster Amra Yunus. Okay, थोड़ा सा इधर हो जाए because actually much better. Okay, everyone. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, and then I think we aren't missing any trophy, right? Okay.
Is it?
Yeah. So there are 2 to give out for first place. One in provisional speech contest and one in tall tale. So, Eva, is it possible? Okay.
Without timer or timer के साथ?
Any timer is with me.
Timer के साथ आप भी
Oh,
थोड़ा सा
yes. sorry, another one.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. This gives me additional pleasure that these are not KTC trophies actually. Thank you.
Congratulations. Both are the first place.
So that completes for now. But everyone, there's an announcement. So please have a seat. So thank you, Atal sir. I think we couldn't have asked for a more distinguished person than Atal sir to give out the trophy. So please, accept our gratitude. We have two more trophies to give out. The first is for Toastmaster Imran Rana. Three more or four more. Yeah. Two are for Toastmaster Fahim Razak. And there is one more for Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali for Urdu contest. But he's not here, but I've asked Toastmaster Zahra, his wife, to come next week. So everyone, inshallah, next week it will be our last meeting before Ramadan. Yeah. And we need to have a good crowd. Please be there for your winners, because throughout Ramadan, most probably we'll go online. So first I'll invite our guest to please come to the stage and share your thoughts about the meeting. And wait, sorry. Toastmaster Anam, would you like to please say something at this point?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, DTM Talha. Well, seeing the two trophies coming home, I think that alone is enough to say a lot. Thank you so much for making me proud, and thank you so much for the others as well who competed in with so much determination. And I know for sure that the judges must have struggled with the results. So thank you so much, the contestants from Quantum Leap and for Karachi Toastmasters Club. You were wonderful. I was there around, and it was pretty tough for me to actually think that who must be the winner. So hats off to all of you, and loads of success, loads of prayers your way for the upcoming contest. Thank you so much. Over to you, DTM.
Thank you so much. We have DTM Abrar Wani, our CGT2. So DTM Abrar, you joined just now. Would you like to say something?
Well, thank you very much, DTM Talha bin Hamid. It's always been an honor to attend the meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club. Though I just saw, because after having my dinner and after offering prayer, I just saw the link was there, so I connected. I was just looking for have some benefits, but though next time, inshallah, definitely. Thank you very much, and always looking for energetic Karachi Toastmasters meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DTM Abrar. And finally, our guest, please share your thoughts about the meeting.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome, and I really enjoyed here and very glad to be here. And it was an amazing section, and I learned a lot, and I'm especially thankful to Mr. Toastmaster Askar, who teach me how to speak, and he evaluate my weak point. That will be very beneficial for coming sections, inshallah. And thank you so much for welcome, all of you.
Thank you so much, and please come again. So this brings our meeting to a close. So before adjourning, I would just make one request. Right now, as we speak, our president is competing for Area 12. So let's wish him the best, and let's hope and pray that another KTC member takes the crown today, inshallah. So with that, this meeting is hereby adjourned. So thank you so much, and see you. Sorry? Yeah, DTM Sarkar, please go ahead, sir.
Thank you, DTM Talha and fellow Toastmasters. For the next meeting, you said this will be the last meeting before Ramzan. I would like to volunteer Toastmaster Fahim Razak to be the top Toastmaster of the meeting. I would like to volunteer Toastmaster Umrah Yunus to be the table topics master, and I would like to volunteer Toastmaster Sila to be the general evaluators.
Wow.
And of course, our resident tabletop evaluator will be Asghar Ramzan. So that takes care of the big four.
Okay. Okay.
Great,
Thank
sir.
you so
Great.
much.
Thank you so much, sir. I can't be more grateful to you. So thank you so much, and meeting is hereby adjourned. See you all next
Thank you
week.
so much. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, everyone.